Hello and welcome to anybody that might be watching. I'm sure I'm not going to have a lot of views on this one. I have not made a video, I don't know, a couple years. It's been a while. Life just kind of gets in the way. Things change. That's what happened. But as the title of this video, I'm starting over. I just turned 49, which is just kind of like mind-blowing to me. Time flies. I know you hear that all the time, and you probably feel it depending on your age, but it's the truth. Time flies, and I just turned 49, and my wife and I have really talked about it for the last couple years. And we're going to start over. We're going to try something completely wild and be a little bit irresponsible and leave our jobs and move to a city that we typically vacation at with no jobs. Nothing lined up, nothing whatsoever. But if you watched, anyone that's watched any of my older videos, I did a lot of stuff on finance, on trading, on investing, and I think from the last time I did a video, my net worth has gone up. I'm not going to put a number on it, but, I've been working my butt off on lots of different things, and things are good. So we might be going out to where we're going with no new jobs, but we got money. I got money. They always say it's nice to have like a few, 3-6 months of, a safety net worth of money. I could take the next 20 years off. I'm not saying that to like brag or anything, but I'm just saying if you're smart with your money, like a lot of the stuff I've talked about in previous videos over the last few years regarding investing and being frugal and not wasting your money on stupid crap. When you need it, you've got it. And thank God I've got it, because we want to do something completely different. We love, I don't want to say I love, we love the idea of Florida. How's that? We vacation to Orlando quite often. We stay usually within the Disney bubble, which is not real. I understand that's not real life, but we love it. We're actually going to be in a small town called Celebration that Disney created back in the 90s. We're going to be renting there for about a year, and then, that's going to give us a little bit of time to figure stuff out, like jobs, where we want to eventually buy a house in the future, things like that. We've already got a pretty good idea. We go there multiple times a year. We've gone specifically a couple times just for recon missions, basically, just to kind of check out, certain neighborhoods, look at housing, and quite honestly, it is not expensive compared to where I live. I'm in Douglas County, Colorado, and it was rated like a few years ago like the best place to live. This place has exploded. The value of my house has exploded. I have enough equity in this house to buy a house outright with a freaking swimming pool in Florida. I know that doesn't mean much, because you can buy a 1,500 square foot house with a swimming pool, and that's probably maybe not, maybe something a little larger or something like that, but who knows? It's just the two of us. But this whole endeavor is actually terrifying. Speaking of square footage, I have a total of 4,000 square feet in this house, and we're going to be moving to a 2-bedroom apartment that's like, I think like 1,000 square feet, something around there, give or take 100 square feet. It's going to be a 2-bedroom. 1 bedroom is literally just going to be for storing my crap. Guitars, home theater stuff. I just can't let go of some certain things. I've already sold off like 3 guitars. I think I'm down to like 18. I kind of have a problem, but hey, it's true to me. I'm being true to me, and certain things I just can't let go of. I still have a few guitars I'm trying to sell. I have 3 surround sound systems, including my dedicated home theater in the house. I'm trying to scale all that down It's really hard. I love having a home theater. I love movies. I love playing video games on a 4K projector in surround sound. I love it, but at the same time, I'm not loving my current life. I am grateful. I love my life, but I've been here for 49 years. I've seen a decent amount of the US, and every year that goes by, I realize more and more how much I hate the snow at the beginning of the year. Meaning, I like the snow all the way through December. October's my favorite. I love fall. November rolls around. You've got, the festivity of Thanksgiving. Might snow. Usually snows. Actually, there's been many times it snows in October on Halloween, which is always kind of crappy, in my opinion. But December, you've got Christmas, and I love the snow. It doesn't get too cold out, but then the new year comes, and it's the same story every year. January, February, and I'm always asking myself, why am I here? I always go on vacation every year, January, February. I always leave. I'll go to LA, go to Anaheim, do Disneyland, or go to Florida, stay on Disney property, and leaving is so damn difficult. It's so hard coming back to Colorado, leaving Florida in... we were there this last year. I'm sorry. Of course we were there last year. Earlier this year, it was like in the mid 70s. Like when it's February and it's 0 out. This is Colorado for you. It's February and the sun is out, and you're thinking, man, it's been really crappy out. Everything is dead. Everything is brown. Everything is freezing. But the sun's out today. Wow. Let's go outside. Maybe I can have a cigar on my deck. You go outside, it's 0 degrees out, and you can get a sunburn. Like, no joke. We're that much closer, Mile High City, right? That much closer to the sun. The sun is no joke here. A couple years ago, I did a video on this mark I have on my nose. I got it removed. Well, it's starting to come back, which sucks. I've had it checked out, but they said it's all good. But anyway, that was from a sunburn, so pretty cool. Probably turn into melanoma eventually. I have no idea, but regardless, we are moving later this year to Florida. And it's, once again, I say, not to go on and on, it's absolutely terrifying. One of the big reasons is no support system. I do have one cousin that just moved out there. She knew I was trying to get out there, and she beat me to it. Her husband, my cousin husband, and I don't know what I would call my cousin's husband. I know, how about cousin's husband? I thought maybe there was a technical fancy term for it, but maybe there is, I don't know. But anyway, he got a different job, basically. So they went out there for employment reasons. But she's already lived out there. She loves it. That's actually where they met, like over 10 years ago. So that's going to be cool. But I'm also leaving behind my friends. And my friends are such a huge support system for me. I've got a few really, really close friends. Friends that I grew up with. I actually went back to Aurora, where I grew up, Aurora, Colorado, a few weeks ago, and drove around my old stomping grounds, where I grew up when I was a kid, and it was really emotional. Actually, I went back to my elementary school, my middle school, and my high school. Luckily, it's summer, so I was able to walk around the grounds without looking like a weirdo, looking for kids or something like that. So that was cool to finally, be able to do that, because I've been wanting to do that for a while, but it's going to be a tough move. It's going to be really tough without friends and family, because I'm really tight with mainly friends. But on a good note, a couple of them are really interested in the possibility of moving to Florida as well. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I could maybe eventually get them out there. We'll see. But regardless, everything has been in constant motion. I wanted to do this video because I want to do it for posterity, and I also want to show the voyage, the adventure, the whole process, and talk to anyone and make this video if anyone is going through, like a mental crisis, if you will, and you're feeling like you absolutely need a change, but it's so daunting. The idea of that is just so daunting. Well, you're not alone, trust me. The idea of leaving jobs, my wife has a wonderful job with the electric company, and I still work at my old restaurant. Technically, I'm not quite paid off yet. It's one of the reasons that we are leaving later in the year, is because I need to get paid off completely, and I have some dental work that needs to be finished up, some implants, fun stuff like that. But it's scary, we're leaving over 6 figures, which isn't like, oh, in today's age, it's like, that's okay, cool, that means enough money to survive, right? Probably, depending on where you're living. But we're leaving that to nothing, like no income whatsoever. I do have a very good, nice chunk of money set aside. I don't plan on living on that. I am producing every single day. I trade. I'm an investor. From everyone that has seen old videos of mine knows that. But I'm an investor. I'm a trader. I'm very frugal. I would like to think I'm very smart with my money. I'm always putting away at least 1/3 of my money is rolling back into the overall war chest, if you will. So that, lets me sleep at night. But if you're out there and you're thinking, man, I want to start over, but it's scary. Well, guess what? Next thing you know, another year is going to go by, another decade is going to go by, like it has for me. Like I said, I'm 49 now, and time isn't stopping. Time is not slowing down. So we're thinking, we got to do this. We got to do this now. And the idea, and make fun of me if you're watching this, please, in the comments. It's fine. I don't really care. But the idea of doing whatever right now, like the idea of, I don't know, customer service job, remotely, I don't know, or getting a job at Disney. They'd probably fire me within a week or something because I'm not like the wokest person in the world, but that, or maybe working for Universal, doing something that is like not going to kill me physically or mentally, but then at night doing whatever the hell that I want to do, truly. Like, oh, I don't know, how about go to Magic Kingdom? Let's go to Disney World tonight. Hey, let's go to Universal Studios tonight. I mean, Disney has 4 parks, not including the water parks. Universal has 3 parks, not including, I think they've got like 2 or 3 water parks. There's so much to do out there. There's, more than just the parks. You got the beaches. There's a tremendous amount of stuff to do, and I want to start living. And I recommend anyone do the same, because, like I said, man, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to realize, holy crap, I've spent X amount of time working my ass off and then rewarding myself by buying things, because that was me. If I added up the value of the guitars that I bought over the years, it would make a lot of people sick. It doesn't really make me sick too much. I've been able to sell 3 guitars and I got 100% back of what I paid for them for, so not a big deal. But I have noticed that over the years, I have supplemented my happiness with things. And I'm making a complete life change from the standpoint of, we're going to be living in an apartment that's a quarter of the size of what we have now. No ability to play guitar loud. no ability to listen to my movies in my home theater, at 120 decibels. It's gonna be it's gonna be a shock for me, way more than my wife. My wife is she's a very humble person. She's doesn't want for anything. She's a better person than I am. She's less judgmental. She's way more patient. She's the best, but I'm the one that's this is going to be really scary for. But nevertheless, we're going to do it, and we have to be excited about it, and we are excited about it. The only thing that's just been so overwhelming almost is I've had so much work done with my house. I'm in the process of redoing the deck completely, ripping out the boards. Already, I have a walkout deck. Tore out the stairs, redid. Well, I didn't redo. Had it, paid to have redone. New cement laid down. New patio on the walkout basement. New front steps. The house is going to be internally repainted. New windows. We got new windows coming in. It's been a lot of stuff, and that part is mainly to spruce up the house, get the best value that we can, but got to do it. We've been putting it off for a couple years, and every summer it's like, Colorado's amazing, and it is. Colorado's amazing, especially the mountains, and if you like the mountains, I'm a mountain boy more than I am a beach boy. I'm going to miss it. I'm really going to miss that. I'm going to miss my friends. But I just got to do it. I got to do it. So if you're watching this and you're freaking out about having to start over at whatever age you're at, maybe you're just feeling burned out, you need something new, or maybe like me, it's like a deep burn in your chest that just won't go away, and you're not going to be truly happy until you make that first step, take that plunge. And yeah, it is scary as hell. There's been many sleepless nights where I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm leaving all of this behind. But I need change. I really need change. So I really recommend, if you're in that same boat, make a list, pros and cons, and weigh it out. At the end of the day, regret is the worst thing in the world. It will kill you. You don't want to be on your deathbed or close to it with regret. And that's where I'm at right now. I have no regrets, probably, other than I didn't do this earlier. It's tough to say. Can't really beat yourself up for the past. But regardless, if you're watching this and you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time, and I promise there's going to be more coming up. Thanks.